Hey, so after all this time, is my gear finally dialed in? So with summer trips coming up, we're going over our gear and trying to figure out what we're dialed into and what we're not, and what we need and what we don't need. Things change in the summer, and like I said, after all this time, I should be dialed in, right? So let's go over some of this stuff real quick. Everybody knows who's watched my videos. I've done a million reviews on that Lane Shan 2 tent, and you know, it's worked well for me. It's lightweight, and it's pretty much anything anybody would need. Or when bugs or weather permitting, I like this Bora Gear tarp that I use. But so I should be completely satisfied, correct? Wrong. I still think about getting a Z-Pax duplex, and even more so, even getting a Z-Pax Plexamid, because they're lighter, but they're so much money. I can't pull it. And now my backpack, you know, I got rid of the Osprey whatever it was, 65 liter thing, and ended up getting a really nice Z-Pax Arcall. All the bells and whistles on it. Under 2 pounds. I put it through hell out in the Sierras, on the Smokies, on the Florida Trail, you name it. Still in perfect condition and works really great. And it's light. Anybody would want this. At least a lot of people would want it. And it's not cheap, and you know, should be perfectly satisfied with it. Am I? No. I am satisfied with it, but do I think about something else? Yeah. What about those frameless packs? Light AF, Superior, Waymark, Palante, even the Z-Pax Nero. They're lighter, less bulkier. God, I want to try one out, but I don't want to spend the money. They're too expensive. So, you know, I guess, am I dialed in? I don't know yet. All right. Now we come into our sleeping system. I've got this really nice and light equipment. Revelation sleeping quilt, 20 degree, 950 fill, extra long, weighs 22.5 ounces. It's awesome, right? It's summer. It's not going to work for me. 20 degree quilt, 90 degree weather, sleeping probably at 60, 70 degree weather at night. No, I need something different. I know there's a Costco quilt I can get, or I could get another quilt that is rated at, you know, 40, 50 degrees, maybe just a sheet and a blanket. So, what am I gonna do? So much money. Oh, then there's clothing. Clothing shouldn't be that hard, right? I mean, there's just so much clothing you can get. Of course, you gotta change your underwear and socks every now and then and buy new ones, but whoopee-doo. I got a real nice Patagonia jacket, puffy, but I am thinking I really like to have that Enlightened Equipment Torrid, Apex or whatever they call that, or the Ghost Whisper, you know, I don't know. Clothing, boy, I'm even talking jackets right now, it's summertime. But there are shoes, you know, shoes are never ending changing. You know, I've got a pair of Merrells, Moabs or whatever you call them. I've got my Lone Peak 3.5s. They've seen better days. I've got about 400 miles on them. I like the 3.5s, you know, but now I'm thinking, you know, they came out with the 4.0. There's literally some bad press about those. And plus, I'm just thinking more about the Ultra Olympus 3.0s. There's a lot more cushion on them, you know, my old knees, maybe it'll work better. But even more so, I even heard about this Topo shoes, which supposedly have a wider toe box, comparable in price, and they may even work better for me. So, again, looking to buy shoes. Not right away, but probably soon. Don't want to forget, too, camp shoes. I mean, God, that's a mind-boggling thing, right? You've got your Crocs. I love my Crocs, just a little too bulky. I also have some Sandals, slipper type things. They're light, not very, still a little bulky. I got real tricky, and I got a pair of these Zero shoes, Sandals, which are pretty awesome, but they got a lot of straps on them and stuff, but I like them. They fold up and they're real lightweight, and you can do crossings in that with them. Or when Gander Mountain went out of business, I think for $1, I got my little slippers. I love these little slippers. They roll up into a little ball. They got little rubber bottoms on them, and I guess that was a good buy. So am I dialed into that? I hope so. They're camp shoes. Hey, let's talk about electronics. That don't put you in the poorhouse. I don't know what will. I mean, from electronics, from battery backups, to camera equipment, to you name it. So, you know, you start out, you get yourself a little battery backup, which would have been sufficed probably for me. This was like a 4,000 mAh. Wasn't enough. I had to go to the Ray Power 10,000 mAh. You know, this works really well, and definitely more than enough. Wasn't enough for me. I had to go to the 20,100 milliamp power backup because I just felt like I needed all that power out there. And you'd think it would end there. No, doesn't end there. How do you get more power in those power banks? You got to go out and get a solar panel. So what did I do? I go out and I buy a solar panel. Love it. Love all this stuff. Stuff works great. But did I need it? And am I going to constantly upgrade this? Probably. Camera equipment. I mean, starting off with I have an iPhone 10, a Sony FDR Action Cam, FDR X3000, whatever it is, a Canon EOS M50 mirrorless camera, you name it, your microphones, all this stuff. Just, and you know, and that'll never end. I mean, the more you do this and the more you do YouTubes, you're probably going to want to upgrade this type of equipment. But again, lots of money, and how do you pay? Hey, we can't forget about a cook system, right? You know, I've got what everybody has. I've got this little Toaks titanium. Is it 700, 750 milliliter? I got an MSR pocket rocket in there. You know, what more do you need? I'm not even going to take it out of here because it's just too much trouble. But do I need any more than this? I do kind of like that. Those pots that have the handle loop over them, you know, you see them in bushcraft and all. You stick the stick under them, and you can put them out. You can put them over the fire, and it burns. And like that. Maybe an alcohol stove. I don't know. Do I need an alcohol stove? I heard they take too long. Your cook set. I'm sure I'm dialed into that, but who knows, right? Don't know. So anyway, to make a long story short, which is way too late for that, they're just constantly buying gear. I mean, umbrellas, trekking poles, rain gear, you name it. There's just tons of stuff. But of course, you know, you watch YouTube and you see Dixie and Darwin. I mean, God, they know everything, right? So you got to buy this stuff when they tell you to. Matter of fact, I think when they're out there in the desert, like in Arizona and stuff, I think they meet up with some Indians that learn how to kind of transfix you on YouTube to make you think like you got to buy this stuff. So be careful. Be careful what you watch. You never know. You never know. So how am I going to pay for all this stuff? Well, I could get a second job, right? No. If I have a second job, then when am I going to hike and backpack? That doesn't make sense. And who wants a second job? I could have a yard sale. I'm sure there's things around my house that my wife doesn't need anymore, or she won't miss for a while. We could always sell that. We could get rid of a lot of stuff here. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll keep you. Don't worry. Oh, yes, I know. Okay. Hey, I just thought of a way maybe I can pay for something. I got my granddaughter's piggy bank full of quarters and dimes and nickels. I mean, she doesn't need it, right? She's 4 years old. I'll give it back to her. No? You don't think I should do that? I guess you're right. That's kind of mean, isn't it? Oh, hey, I'm excited about something. I realized that I am dialed into a piece of gear. Makes you feel really good. What is it? It's my spoon. It's my Optimus titanium spoon. It's so smooth. It's so long. It's so nice. It's my spoon. I will never, ever, ever change my spoon. So am I dialed in? You bet I am. Well, anyway, guys, I really do backpack and hike, by the way. I mean, I live down here in southeast Florida, so it's a long drive for me to get somewhere, but I may have a trip coming up in 2 weeks. I definitely have a summer trip coming up in the first week of July with, I think I spoke of it before, with other YouTubers. We're gonna collaborate, and that should be a lot of fun. So I wanna thank you again for watching, and please hit that subscribe button, because there is gonna be a lot more excitement coming your way. And hit that notification bell, that way you know when I'm around. So, hey guys, thank you, and thank you for watching.
Here you go. No, you won't be going anywhere. You won't go anywhere. I'm keeping you. I'm keeping you. Here you go.